Insurrection erupts across Crimea. The wounds Crimea suffered during the conflict with Dayan have finally begun to heal, and it should be rejoicing in its hard-won peace. How is it that the fires of rebellion have been lit? Bastion, Queen Elincia's most trusted advisor, widely acknowledged for his political savvy, is on a mission to Dayan. And the Grail mercenaries, the original authors of Crimea's recovery, are nowhere to be found. Queen Elincia, close to despair, has nonetheless ordered the Crimean Royal Knights to restore order in Felirae. Her only wish is to win the coming battle, so that she may stave off a civil war.
Chapter 3, Geoffrey's Charge. Did you blink? Don't worry, this chapter does take you straight to base. I mean, there really isn't much point in getting too much more to detail given what happened last chapter, so let's just jump in ourselves. Come on in. May I? Well, speak of the devil, if it isn't General Geoffrey himself. I wouldn't have expected a visit since you're leaving tomorrow.
Hi, General Geoffrey. What can we do for you today?
Sorry, Amy, but I'm not here as a customer.
Huh?
Oh, I see why you're here. It's about time, too. I'm ready to string that blathering drunkard up by his heels. Ta-da! Whoops! Who put that chair there? I could have been killed. Lady Khalil, you beckoned? Makalov, why are you drinking? You realize that tomorrow we have a battle to fight, yes? Greetings, General. I look even more dashing and handsome than usual, Your Excellency. Good grief, that man's an embarrassment. Are you sure he's a royal knight? He's like a pig pretending to fly. Why not put a dog in armor and call it Sir? Miss Khalil, that's not very nice. I think Sir Makalov deserves a little more respect than that. Are you blind, Astrid? It's the night before a mission, and that fool is stinking drunk. Probably gambled all his money away, too. And you follow him around mooning over him and cleaning up his messes. Do you have no pride, girl? What the man needs is someone to slap some sense into him. Perhaps I should. I've chosen to look after Sir Makalov. Nobody's forced me to do it, and it's really none of your business. You know, I'm really starting to wonder about your good upbringing. Of all the men out there, what possessed you to place your bets on such a shabby prospect? What did you just say? There are no gentlemen in this land half as fine as Sir Makalov. Oh my. Alright, settle down everybody. Keep this up and the General's gonna pretend he doesn't know either of you. Fine. I'm sorry, alright? Happy? So, what was it that you needed with that ale-soaked oaf anyway? I just wanted to go over our battle plan one last time before retiring. I heard you're going after the Duke of Felirae. You think you can handle him? Of course. However, he's been marshalling his forces for quite some time now, which means our preparations will have to be flawless if we want to end this quickly. If only I were up to it. You know me. Ha! I'd crush him. I'd kick him apart. Oh, I suppose I could go. Someone of my wisdom and power is easily worth two of you, Claudes. Yeah, that's a great idea, Lamblossom. Like I always say, the best enemies are the ones that are on fire. Sorry, but no. Although I do appreciate the enthusiasm. I don't see the problem. Do you think I've gone soft? My magic is still in tip-top shape, I'll have you know. No, it's just that I'm sure Queen Elincia wouldn't be pleased with civilians fighting against their countrymen. I suppose you have a point. In that case, let Danvid join you. Danvid is not a citizen of Dayan or of Crimea. Danvid will fight like 10 men. Devton, when did you get here? Actually, General, this is not Devton. This is a friend of mine, Danvid. Yes, it's true. People often make that mistake. But Danvid is definitely not Devton. Uh-huh. You look exactly like him. Doesn't he? Amazing, isn't it? Anyway, you can take him with you. Oh, and no pressure, but the fate of our country depends on the Royal Knights. Good luck. Don't blow it. Danvid will fight like a bear. Like a tiger. We don't need Largo and Khalil because Danvid is pretty amazing. I understand, I think. Thank you for your help. Well, I suppose that's settled. It's time for you to discuss tomorrow's tactics. Good luck with that. As for that useless drunk, I'll have someone carry him over later. Thank you. Sir Makalov is not useless. How many times do I have to say it? Astrid, it's about time you got back as well. Yes, General. Forgive me. I'll hurry back as soon as Sir Makalov is feeling better. Give me strength. The sooner, the better. Ooh boy, we have a lot to talk about there. But in due time. Your Majesty, what are you doing with that lance?
I asked your servant for it, and he gave it to me.
Why would your Majesty, as Queen, do such a thing? Who knows how tangled the web of rumors could become because of that?
Let the court say what it wishes. You are far more important to me than the whispers of nattering nobles.
You don't need to say that.
Geoffrey, I'm sorry.
I don't understand. What's wrong?
3 years ago, you fought to free Crimea from the clutches of Dayan. While you held this lance, your courage was dauntless and your prowess legendary.
Yes, it's a brave lance, and I'm very proud of it.
I can't have you raise the same lance against your fellow people of Crimea. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Your Majesty is worried about the shadow it would cast over my name? The dishonor of using that weapon on Crimeans?
I would never want to damage your pride as a knight. It would be too much to bear.
Believe no such thing, Your Majesty. My pride as a knight is most deeply rooted in my service to you. That will never waver, no matter what. Alicia, you know that.
Then take your lance. Use it to fight for Crimea once again.
Thank you kindly. Forgive my tardiness, sir. Kieran, second in command of the Royal Knights, at your service. Sorry to have disturbed your rest. Not at all. If it were your will, General, I would hasten to the very edge of the world at your calling. Kieran, I'm lucky to have such a devoted follower. This is no reward, but there's something I want you to have. A silver axe! It's so sharp! Do you mean I can have it? Do you like it? Like it? My heart is ready to burst. I feel it's like it's my birthday and I just got my first suit of armor. Wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. It will look fabulous on the mantle. My family will enjoy it for years to come. I can't tell you how grateful I am. Kieran, that's an axe, not a painting. Paintings are for mantles. Axes are for fighting. I want you to use that axe. What? I couldn't! You can't refuse. It's an order. Understood, sir. I promise to keep it well protected and free from scratches. You're hopeless. Alright. For this chapter, we have Geoffrey and his royal platoon of, honestly, mild disappointedness. But we'll get there when we get there. Geoffrey has 3 authority stars. Pretty kick-ass, honestly. And he himself is also pretty strong. He's close to maxing a couple of his stats already. And with clear data, he'll probably have them maxed out already. He still has Paragon. Very, very useful. Not much else to say. He doesn't have a lot of availability, unfortunately, but with Paragon, if you're playing easy mode, much like with Lucia in the last chapter, if you have him kill enough enemies, he can actually class change into a Silver Knight before the fighting's even done, so you'll get a little bit of that action too. Get to see what that's like before the next battle rolls around. Kieran. Once again, wields axes. You know, he's kind of a staple all-rounder, honestly. He still has Gamble, which is honestly still not a very good skill, but it is what it is. It's usable. It can make for some very fun shenanigans, nothing else. Astrid is a very controversial character, but I'll talk about her actual written character in a little bit. As far as her gameplay goes, she starts off kind of weak. Paragon is her saving grace. Once again, she specializes in bows. She can move around, hit and run. Wind Affinity is good for supports. She has good growth rates too, so with Paragon she'll be able to level up quickly and also gain decent stats all around. I think her biggest issue though is that Paladins already kind of have a mildly average maximum stat values across the board. This isn't just for her, but for all Paladin types in particular. And unfortunately, with female Paladins, they kind of suffer from slightly less stat values overall. This was this is kind of how Fire Emblems were back in the olden days. I mean, nowadays any character can become amazing, and this game, like I said, it's no exception for this game either. But it becomes very, very apparent with this game, and thankfully, this was the last time that was the case. Makalov is actually pretty decent in this game. No special skills. Tempest and Serenity do not return. I don't think I talked about this before, but yeah. For some reason, they just felt like they weren't really, they weren't really worth having around. They actually were a beta element at one point in this game, as like because if you look inside the game data, you can find skill scrolls for them. But I can talk more about unused content at a later time. But yeah, Makalov is kind of speedy. He's essentially, kind of speedy, kind of tanky. He doesn't hit very hard, but he's solid. He's a good support unit too. I talked a little bit about Marsha already, but her main drawback is that her strength and skills are kind of low. But she's a Pegasus Knight. She can do what she does best, and does it pretty well. And Danvid. Technically, he is a new character. But, if Devdin in Path of Radiance had maxed out stats, he can actually give his clear data bonuses to Danvid. So, yeah, it's very, no one knows for sure what this character's deal is, but, he's alright. Already class changed into Halberdier, which is cool. His starting level, I feel like, is a little too high for his stats, honestly, but, with the proper investment, he's kind of a slightly better Nephany, but a slightly worse Aaron. It's weird. Very, very weird. But, use him if you like. He can be fun. Still can't do anything with skills because this is part 2 after all, but we do have shops available. In this bargain bin, we have killer weapons. They're fun, but they're a little expensive. You definitely want the Horse Slayer. Give that to you, sure. And you definitely want the hammer. I will grab the killer bow though, just because that's a good value. And everything else I'll pass on. Is there anything from here I can take for... well, not really. You can have this. Actually, but you have one already. Yeah, just do that. It's fine. Can't do anything with magic yet. I'm gonna give this for you, as well as this. There we go. Think. What else? That's okay, this is okay. It's nice that they give you a lot of weapons to start out with. But a few more wouldn't hurt. Alright, let's get going. Good luck. I'll be sure to keep the palace safe. I'm sorry we couldn't allocate more troops for you. You'll be okay though, right? Of course. We might even have too many. Actually, I'm more worried about the Queen's safety. Make sure the guards stay sharp. Count on it. I'll maintain a tight watch on the area, and there is the backup plan, just in case. Good. Hearing you reiterate that makes me feel better, I have to admit. Remember, this isn't for glory. You'll be confronting your own people. Just do your job, and come straight back. The Royal Knights have left the capital. We estimate roughly 4,000 soldiers are marching on Felirae. That means about 2,000 are left in the capital. That's more than I expected. I suppose it can't be helped.
The column headed toward Felirae is primarily cavalry, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Exactly as you surmise, sir.
In that case, the forces at the capital will be led by the Queen's confidant, Lady Lucia, which is most perfect. The soldiers remaining at Castle Felirae have been given detailed instructions. False instructions, I might add. The dear pawns, they are so very heroic, and so very disposable.
General, all troops are in position. We stand ready for the assault.
Thank you, Kieran. The majority of the castle vanguard appears to be common soldiers. And there's still no sign of Lubeck or any of his subordinates?
Correct, sir. And the rest are a bunch of amateurs. You should see them flopping around on their horses like rag dolls. They won't last long against the finely tuned skills of our Crimean Royal Knights.
Don't get overconfident now. Most of their forces are likely inside, waiting for us to exhaust ourselves out here.
Yes, good point, sir.
And the main gate. Have you seen it? Breaking through that is not going to be easy. We must be patient.
Yes, sir.
And remember, we're not facing enemy soldiers. Yes, they're foolish enough to be lured into joining Lubeck, but they are fellow Crimean citizens. Her Majesty would prefer to capture these rebels alive and try to talk some sense into them.
I'm amazed, sir. Her Majesty's kindness is touching. I'll convey that to all our men.
Listen up. We're to sweep aside the rebels and punch through the fortress gate. Her Majesty wants as many lives to be spared as possible.
Set lances.
All forces, charge! You heard the man. Yeah. There are enemies every freaking where. And, well, a lot of them aren't especially powerful, but there are a few you want to take special note of. These bowgun warriors especially. And this guy with the horse slayer, who does not appear on easy mode, by the way. Once you open this door, the boss will, storm out and greet you. But on easy mode, he does not move. You just gotta bust it down. You probably don't have any keys to spare. And, yeah, it's best to just plow through the enemy forces and get to the cease point as quickly as possible. Also, if you're playing easy mode, you'll actually have more NPC helpers to at your disposal, so have fun with that. Or, you know, you have fewer NPCs on easy mode, more on normal and hard mode. My mistake. Next time, we fight.